Okay, so everyone's asking,
What are superdelegates? Do they have superpowers?
the answer to those questions is quite tough. So today we bring you Superdelegates! Okay, so normally how the democratic process works is like this. Every presidential election, the Democratic Party holds a big meeting where they decide who is going to be their official choice for president, the person who will represent that party against the Republicans.
Does every single Democratic voter get to go to the big meeting?
No, that would have to be a really big meeting to hold all 11 million Democrat voters in the country.
Oh.
So to solve this, all the voters get into groups and pick which candidate they want, Bernie or Hilary. Then the group send a delegate to represent them at the big meeting. There's about one delegate at the big meeting representing about 2,500 regular Democratic voters. This system of sending delegates to choose a president is a really good, effective democratic system. It works super well.
So then, why do we need superdelegates?
Good question. And there's a story behind it. So back in 1981, the Democrats weren't doing so well. They just lost the presidential election to this guy. I know some of you may recognize him. The Democratic leaders decided the reason the party was doing so badly was that too many uneducated, average Democrat voters had the power to choose the presidential candidate. The leaders of the party thought it shouldn't be the average people that choose the president, it should be them, the wise leadership people.
But isn't that a violation of the fundamental principles of democracy?
Yes, yes it is. So anyway, these leaders decided they would nominate themselves as delegates to the big meeting and be able to influence which presidential candidate got chosen. They called themselves Superdelegates, and they took over 20% of all delegate positions at the big meeting. Remember, it takes 2,500 regular Democratic voters like you and I to send one delegate to the big meeting. But every superdelegate gets a whole vote of their own. What that means is that a superdelegate has 2,500 times more power than the average Democrat voter. Now, this is not democracy. Democracy means everyone's vote counts equally. There is no kings or queens or superdelegates who hold all the power in a little elite group.
I thought that Democrats were the ones who were supposed to champion democracy.
Yep. Now, this is becoming a big issue because the race between Hilary and Bernie was pretty close. The superdelegates may hold the balance of power, the real power to decide who gets the nomination. Now, these superdelegates can vote for whomever they want, but given the long influence of the Clinton name and all the power that that name wields, most of them will probably vote for Hilary. No matter who you support, Bernie, Hilary, Donald Trump, we need to do away with superdelegates. Democrats are supposed to be the gold standard of free democracy, but how can they claim this message of equality when their own party has its privileged few? Superdelegates are, in my opinion, super hypocritical, and something's got to change. I'd be really interested to hear from any Democrat voters out there. What do you think of the superdelegate system? Let us know in the comments below. Hi everyone, I'm Jayde Lovell, resident science nerd on the Young Turks Network. You're watching SciQ and we know you don't want to miss an episode, so please click the subscribe button down below.